What's up, friend? Welcome back to the channel. Hi if you're new here, hi if you're not. I don't know about you, but I was raised by parents who taught me that accumulating debt was bad. It seems to me, however, that the coaching industry wants us to forget that if that's something you've been taught, so that they can convince you to buy whatever it is they're selling. So if you're someone who has ever felt pressured to go into debt to buy a coaching program, or perhaps you know someone who has had this experience, this video's for you. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you like this kind of content. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more, and let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so the concept for this whole video actually started when I received the following piece of content from Instagram in my scam reaction form. So if you're not familiar and you see scammy content on the internet you want me to react to, I have a form linked in the description of all of my videos where you can submit that content. So I'm not going to show the photos on the screen just because it's like a woman and her husband and her baby, but I will go ahead and read the caption for you. 4 years ago, now 8 years ago, is it 4 years or is it 8 years? I told my boyfriend I was investing $9,700 into coaching. I had only $1,200 in my savings. I had a mortgage. It was $9,700 more than I had. You see, I was never the type of woman to do something like this. I followed the rules. I always asked for permission and weighed everyone's opinion more than mine. I will never forget him saying, "You could buy a new car with that," as he stormed out of the room. My parents were also clear about their feelings. This was an irresponsible decision. I cried alone in my car for an hour. I finally got the courage to go for it, and no one supported me. I considered backing out. Little did I know this experience was the growth I had been asking for. Because you know what was going to be required to create the life I was asking for? The ability to trust myself so deeply that I was willing to make uncomfortable decisions and stick to them no matter what. The ability to believe so deeply in myself and my inevitable success that it didn't matter who believed in me or not. Today, I am sitting on our front porch playing with baby, thinking about my life and about how, yes, I could have bought a car with that $9,700, but instead I invested that $9,700 in becoming the woman who stands by her decisions no matter what. I invested in learning to believe in myself and my dreams so strongly that it didn't matter what people thought. Instead of buying a car, I bought the opportunity to become who I am today. And that's given me cars $9,700 definitely couldn't buy. A business that has generated well over $2 million, a marriage that feels like a love story every day, freedom to spend time with my kids, to travel and design my life, and a business that helps thousands of women. That was the best damn decision and investment I have ever made.
The end of sale summer sale ends today. Get access to the blah 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 for an entire year for the price of 4 months. Use code SUMMER24 at checkout for the VIP yearly membership for 24% off.
12 months devoted to creating the life you daydream about. What a shocker. This is a sales pitch for her program. I love that. Okay, to me, I think this post beautifully highlights a few different things. First of all, it screams emotional manipulation to me. And as with anything on this channel, I think it's important to mention that this is just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to take what I say as fact, because it's not fact. It's just a thought that came to my head, and I'm a girl with a camera and a microphone, and I decided to put it on the internet. I think she is using her story or position of having gone into debt, aka spending $9,700 that she didn't have, as the ultimate example of trusting yourself. And she's doing this so that at the end of her post, she can sell to you. It's the classic,
I made these particular sacrifices in order to be successful, and if you want to be successful, you need to make those sacrifices also.
for example, when she says the line, "I bought the opportunity to become who I am today." To me, this creates this sort of false dichotomy where she's basically suggesting either you do what she did and you invest in coaching in order to become the person you dream of, or you don't and you'll end up, playing small and staying stuck and never finding the success that you desire. This message, in my opinion, is complete bullshit, but it also is highly dangerous, I think, because it really glamorizes taking financial risks, and it frames any sort of resistance that you might be feeling in contemplating whether or not you should make an investment as something that you need to overcome rather than something that you need to seriously consider. There are real people with real stories, many of them, who have been burned by this kind of mentality. I mean, just take a look at any of the interviews that I've conducted on this channel. There are examples of so many people who have accumulated thousands and thousands of dollars of debt in pursuit of trying to buy their way to the success that's being promised honest here. Coaches like this want to make you believe that if you aren't willing to financially invest in yourself, it's because you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in your ability to be successful. And they position it as an act of courage or of self-trust rather than the financial gamble that it actually is. Let me just say that being delusional isn't going to guarantee you a return on your investment, okay? Coaches love to sell you on the idea that their course or program or offer is going to absolutely transform your life or your business. We know this to be true. We have discussed it at length here on the channel if you're new here. And if you are new here, the one thing I really want you to understand is that although these promises of wealth and success can seem super enticing, you are essentially betting on a future that has no guaranteed return. Like, sure, I could buy a lottery ticket and potentially become a millionaire by tomorrow, but just because I can do that, does that mean I will? No. Statistically speaking, probably not. These people are telling you that you're going to be able to quit your 9 to 5 job, build a 6-figure business, live your dream life, and so on. But in order to be able to do that, you have to pay them thousands of dollars, often by whatever means are available to you. And so I recently made a post in the Life Coach Snark subreddit, which if you're not hanging out in that subreddit, what are you doing? And I was asking about people's experiences or knowledge of companies that provide loans specifically for coaching programs. And this one user replied that their coach actually gave them the option to use one of these companies. And it said, so and so gave me this option. They told me it was $8,000 and just a service fee of a couple $100s. I was in such a bad place that this was the only way I could afford it. What she was peddling was a Prosper loan with a 32% interest that I'm still paying off and will end up costing me $16,000 when all is said and done due to the daily interest. Lesson learned, and her coaching wasn't worth it, in my opinion. So I've been working with this idea about covering these kinds of companies. That's not what this particular video is about, but it could potentially be coming down the road. But nonetheless, I'll make sure to link that thread in the description if you're interested in reading through some of the other replies. I specifically remember anecdotally from my own experience, the very first coach that I ever got on a sales call with, her program was about $6,000 US, I think, which is roughly $8,000 Canadian, I believe. And when I told her I didn't have that amount of money available in cash, she was basically like,
Well, why don't you just put it on your credit card?
and again, if you're new here, I would highly encourage you to check out some of the interviews I've done on this channel because this experience of being told to put it on a credit card, take out a loan, etc., is not unique. And some people have ended up in some really horrible financial situations as a result of this kind of behavior. And again, I believe that a lot of this pressure is masked behind the promise that, like, it doesn't matter if you have to use a credit card because you're going to become so successful if you just follow my method. Misleading, dishonest. I don't like it. Now, this next piece of content I came across on TikTok, and I think it's just a good example of the holes that are very present in this type of argument. So let's go ahead and give it a watch together.
Oh, I've been getting some questions about the membership, and I'm so excited to answer them. The first question is, how much is the membership? It is $997 a month, and that $997 investment could change your life forever. So I want you to think about it this way. If you have a goal of $5,000 to $10,000 a month, but in 3 months with me, you learn how to make $5,000 to $10,000 a month for the rest of your life, then the coaching membership pays for itself. Now, if you have a goal to make $10,000 to $20,000 a month and you stay in the membership, say for a year, you purchase the annual membership and you get 2 months free because you paid in advance for the year, then it's about $10,000 for the year. If you do that and you learn how to make $20,000 a month for one payment of 10, wouldn't it be worth it?
Lots of woulds and coulds and ifs in that video, if you ask me. I mean, I think that this beautifully highlights an issue that we're seeing across the coaching industry in general these days. This kind of marketing, in my opinion, again, is just so stupid because it relies on this belief in a hypothetical reality. Like,
Hey, if you joined my channel membership for $3 a month and you really did become a millionaire, wouldn't it be worth the investment?
by the way, shout out to the channel VIP members. Thank you so much for being here, as well as Suzanne, Harrison, Tom, Zurify, and Juan in the billionaire tier. If you are interested in not learning how to get rich, but you want to pretend that you're going to figure it out, click the join button down below. Once again, videos like this are using speculative language to create unrealistic expectations while glossing over the real risks associated with making this kind of investment. $997 a month is a lot of money. That's almost $12,000 in the span of a year. And I don't know about you, but I could think of a lot of things that I could spend $12,000 on that aren't just some woo-woo cheerleader telling me to believe in myself and that's how I'm going to build a successful business. But again, and please let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I really think this type of argument or marketing or sales pitch is really just designed to tap into that desire for accumulating financial wealth. And it does this by tapping into the emotional side of things versus providing any solid reassurance or evidence that you're actually going to get those financial results. These people are selling you air, allegedly, in my opinion. That's it. Okay, I came across this last one on TikTok as well, and I just had a good laugh at the alleged sources that they use. So I thought we could watch it together and then we'll talk about it.
If you want to hire a coach, but you're not sure about the investment, this video is for you. I recently saw an article on the ROI of coaching, and I just had to share it. So let's talk numbers. The coaching industry is booming, with a global revenue of $4.5 billion in 2019. And here's why. 99% of clients are satisfied with their coaching experience.
Who's I want to know where they got that statistic. 99% of people are satisfied. I'm not buying it.
And 68% report making back their investment, often 3 times as much. And companies aren't left out either, with 86% recouping their costs and 51% seeing higher revenues due to strong coaching culture. From boosting sales, enhancing career opportunities, and even improving their health. And add that 33% of entrepreneurs who receive coaching from successful entrepreneurs end up as top performers. The benefits are super clear. So should you hire a coach? Well, if transforming your personal or professional life sounds appealing, the answer is an absolute yes. So listen, tell me in the comments, how do you feel about coaching? Have you done it before? Are you hesitant? Tell me all about it in the comments.
Okay, I will just quickly say that I don't think this video is quite as bad as the other that we just looked at because he's not like directly trying to manipulate anyone into buying. Although I did go to his website and he does make some questionable claims and promises. Instead, I think with this particular video, he's just trying to use statistics to persuade people into buying. Which, by the way, I then went and looked up this article he's speaking about, and it's not actually an article, it's a blog post from someone's website. That someone being another coach who promises to teach you how to build a 6-figure online business that frees you from the 9-to-5. And I read through the blog post, and nowhere did I see where she elaborated on this alleged 99% satisfaction rate, nor does she provide any sources to where she's getting that information from. So personally, I can't say that hearing that statistic is going to convince me to buy anytime soon. But anyways, I digress. At the end of the day, we are all responsible for our own financial decisions. Isn't that what all these coaches love to tell us anyway? Remember, it's about taking personal responsibility for your bad investments. So consider this your warning. It can be so tempting to buy into the dream that all of these coaches are selling, especially when they are promising the fix, the answer, the solution to whatever problem you're facing. But just remember that if someone is encouraging you to go into debt to buy their product, program, offer, they are not looking out for your best interests. They are looking out for their own. Allegedly, in my opinion, of course. If you've been burned like this by a coaching program and are comfortable sharing it in the comments, I would encourage you to do so down below. Or if you'd rather keep it anonymous, you can also submit your story to my coaching scam story submission form, which is linked in the description of this video. If you found this video helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up, share it with someone who you think could benefit from hearing this message. Be sure to subscribe if you're not already. And I'm going to leave you on screen here with the story of a woman who ended up with $100,000 of debt. She cashed out her 401k, all from paying for coaching programs, courses, etc. Oh my goodness, you need to watch this video. That's it for today. Take care, comb your hair, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!